Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time and place you're watching this. I just want to hop on here real quick because I felt led to ask one question. Church, where are you? Huh? And what I mean by that is, why aren't you doing your job? Why aren't you raising these young men to be leaders? I was talking to a coworker. He just had a client cancel on him, and I just dealt with one. 14 years old. Yeah, amazing young man. What's he doing? He's rebuilding his own golf cart and a motorbike. Nobody's teaching him. He's doing it on his own. He figured it out. He works on a farm. So we try and talk about this male loneliness epidemic and how it's a bad thing and everything else. But where is the church? And the reason I say that is because a lot of these churches sit there and holler about, we don't want women preachers, we don't want women to preach this, that, and the other, and we don't want the alphabet community, this, that, and the other. My question is, where are you? Because even with the churches where you don't have a female pastor, y'all still acting like a bunch of women. You aren't training men. You aren't teaching men. The church I go to, the choir director of this, the lead singer for the choir, this past Sunday was trying to talk about that song, Amazing Grace. And he was like, oh, it was written about the thief on the cross. I'm like, no, stop. Quit giving an accurate history. If you know the song Amazing Grace, it was written by a ship captain that felt remorseful when he was transporting slaves, because he didn't realize what God's grace could do for him. Okay, and stuff like that is what causes the issue. And the other issue is, let's have children outside of church. No, children should be in the main part of the church. Why are we separating them from the main message? Because they don't understand, because fathers aren't leading. Again, church, why aren't you raising men the right way? You stop raising men, you stop holding men accountable, and now all of a sudden, you pretty much let society say, here, women are in charge. For those of you that don't know, back in the 90s, there's that song by the Spice Girls, who was a British pop group, a bunch of females, that had a song one, Who Runs the World? Girls. I think Beyonce did it too. Maybe it was Beyonce, where it's Girls Run the World. That said everything, but where was the church? Quiet. No, the church ain't going to say nothing about that. That's okay, it's just a pop song. Everything's downstream. And look at the position we're in. We got so many weak men right now that's not even funny. Men that are not speaking up. And if you do speak up, oh my goodness, guess what? The woman's going to hear about it. She's not going to like it. Because some of these independently strong women that are in charge of the household, when they get somebody that gives them a little bit of pushback, they don't like it. Because now they're realizing that, oh no, maybe I am the issue. I've seen possibly more young men in therapy now than before. Is it a bad thing? No, it is good, because men, we do need to talk about these things. And if you're a man and you think about becoming a therapist or some form of mental health counselor, please do it. We could use more of you. But are you going to stand up and be a man, or are you just going to give in? Like, I had to deal with this one mother that thought I was just going to bend over and pick up her son at a certain time today. And it's like, no, I already have other appointments scheduled. I'm sorry, I'll do it tomorrow, but I'm not going to do it today. The father is leading that house. Who's leading your house? We aren't allowing people to lead anymore. Churches aren't teaching men to lead. Churches are doing absolutely the opposite. They'll sit there and come up with all these things of like, oh, we shouldn't let this, we shouldn't let that, but you're not bringing up the next generation. The other thing that makes me happy at my church is I go to the 8:30 service. It's kind of nice, because I see families coming together. Father, husband, children, all together. There is no separate church for the kids. And I'd like to ask them, do they all read the Bible together? And chances are they do. That's why they're sitting in the main service. Whether they're wee little ones, which are just like, maybe newborns and older, just 2 years or toddlers, that's fine. I love seeing that, because they aren't being forsaken. They aren't being pushed out. You're not being placed in the care of, you don't know who's teaching your child in Sunday school. Oh, but they go to my church. That's okay. Y'all forget, the devil was able to walk right in front of God. So don't try and tell me he can't sit there and walk into your church. Again, church, where are you? Some of y'all are more worried about the money than anything else. You're not worried about raising up a new generation and make sure these kids are strong enough to withstand the temptations of the world. Because their parents aren't. But what are you doing? Yeah, I'm a little fired up about this because it's annoying. Why should somebody such as myself complain and listen to the church complain about how, oh, the world's doing this, the world's doing that, but what are you doing? You can watch all these different pastors online and whatnot, but ask them, what are they doing to make their area a little bit better? And that's the ultimate thing. What are you doing? All right, that's it for now. I will talk to you all later. So I got a little fired up. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm glad, because maybe some of you will start to read your Bible yourself and start getting back into prayer, because that's what this country needs. You want revival? Start praying. Thank you. Have a great day.